So I was hired at Creed as a WordPress developer. So when I entered, they had this very big marketing website for a client and of theirs, and it turned out to be a very, very long project. Like that was my first project, but it went almost like for a year and a couple of months after that. So that has been basically what I have been working on at Creed since then. And it has been a very fun project. Had tons of opportunities to go very deep into WordPress and how it works in the backend, and at making adjustments like both in the front end and on the back end of the site, adding some custom functionality for this client, adding some like very cool features like PDF generators and some tools for these clients' users that have been like great and very fun to develop. So yeah, that has been like basically what I have been working on for Creed for almost a year now. I'm currently transitioning to some other projects, but yeah, that was like my first one. It was a really cool project, and it was fun. That it was very long, like got me tons of opportunities to like go deeper and deeper, like on the same platform and build, and it was a very, very cool experience. Communication is very fluid. We mainly use Slack, and everybody is very, very approachable, and I really like that. Like you can reach out to anyone and say, hey, do you have 5 minutes? I need to have a second look at this, and they will help. They will jump into a meeting, and it's very, very fluid. We rarely use, for example, email between us. For communicating with the client, we were also using email. We're now jumping into a ticketing system where the client can log into this platform and start creating some tickets. And that's also cool. Like us as developers, like we have this opportunity to also jump in and start sending messages with the client themselves. And hey, I solved this issue you were having. Or hey, can you give me more information on this? I don't fully understand what you're aiming for with this request. And it has been working great. I think that everybody is really open. If you reach out, they will make time to just be available. Like in the whole year year and a half now that I have been at Creed, I have never had like I have never been left hanging with a question or request. And yeah, I think that communication is really, really cool, really fluent, and everybody is just really accessible and available. Being a WordPress developer, I work mostly on creating these marketing websites that are like easy to manage for the clients, like provide like these experiences that help the client like manage their own content and create their own pages, and allowing them to like grow their sites without our help as developers. So basically what I do is mostly like doing WordPress coding and some front-end work, like making sure that everything looks just as like the design team has intended. But in this process, like the technologies I use most are, of course, PHP, HTML, CSS, like JavaScript. But I have also been learning more about SEO and accessibility, which are, of course, very, very important when you are working on a website that will like need to be used by all kinds of people. So yeah, that's basically what I have been like specializing in for this past year. Part of working as a team like definitely got me involved into new technologies and new processes. Like for instance, using some technologies such as Docker, or being more involved into CI/CD processes, like how we as a team like are really, really well organized at deploying code, like for the client to test or for the real side. So before working on Jobsity, I had been a solo freelancer for like about 10 years. So I didn't really feel the need to learn about these tools. But now this collaboration environment like works very differently, and you have to like learn how to go along with it and how to flow within all of these new rules, which are which are not actually like a burden. I think that they are actually great. Now I find myself like using these concepts even when I am the only developer for a specific project. For example, I find myself like adding tons of documentation and adding like making sure that my process is really well organized so that at any point someone could jump into the project and understand fully what's going on, or even me a couple of years later I can jump back and see, oh, okay, this is what 2023 Rodrigo thought about these processes. So I really like that. I really want to go like deeper on those skills. I want to learn more about infrastructure and how to set up these automated processes that ultimately help the developer like do things faster and easier and stay like well organized and like don't let you get off rails. So yeah, that's something that I'm very, very, very interested in. Keep learning and going deeper into those techniques and technologies. Well, I haven't thought of an actual role, but like I really like doing what I do. I like learning more, but something that really drives me, or where my ambition, I would say, is like aimed towards, is perhaps sharing the things that I have learned in the past. I really like those opportunities when another team member or someone new comes in and just reaches out for help, and you have like this cool opportunity to show them, okay, here's how you do this, here's how this works under the hood, here is like the whys on this process. I think I really enjoy, like, perhaps it's teaching or sharing, but to me that's fascinating. So I wouldn't say that I have a specific role in mind, but yes, I want to like learn more and have a better understanding of some of the technologies that we're using, so that I could be in a position where I would be able to like help better, like shorten that learning curve for those processes and tools.